I don't know if you guys know about the Epstein and Epstein's Island, but to give you a really like 2 or 3 sentence summary, it's where the freakiest freaky Diddy parties happened, but not for rappers and like streamers, but in Hollywood people. But this was for like scientists, government, that kind of stuff. Oh, Jeffrey. See, you guys know.
Last week that you have the Epstein files on your desk is when can we see them and what's taking so long to release them?
Tomorrow, Jesse, breaking news right now, you're going to see some Epstein information being
Damn, that's 24 hours old.
released.
As phase 1 of the Epstein files were released to a few conservative influencers, even people on the right were skeptical as to why they received the documents and not the general public. Curious to how a boxing reporter and Miss Universe judge managed to get this access.
It's because she's hot, and when she speaks, people will listen.
Look at what we got today. The Epstein files, baby. Let's make America safe again.
But at least on the street journalists like Savannah Hernandez also received the binder.
One of those Epstein file binders. Now, I want to clear something up immediately and state
She seems very sassy.
that nobody from the Trump admin gave us these binders and said, you guys are going to be the ones responsible for disseminating this information. They actually told us that there's going to be a press conference at any moment now.
But who received the binders?
I have no idea why, to be honest, Archivist. That seems strange to me. The American people should be able to go to like epsteinsisland.com and download this thing. Like that's what realistically should happen.
Isn't the real issue here. It's the fact that the binders are mainly filled with redacted pages, many of which we have already seen the unredacted versions of, as I myself added the blur for the phone numbers.
That's insane.
But when these influencers shared the pages on their live streams, nobody could even see what was on the pages, as many of them were mainly blocks of omitted texts that tell us nothing, as pretty much everything top to
Well, that sucks.
the bottom about this was terrible, as I believe it was the FBI director Kash Patel or possibly Attorney General Pam Bondi that said they'd release those files on day 1. Or maybe it was both of them, but she said they were on her desk and they definitely didn't get released. And every day that went by just seems like they're buying time. Not necessarily Bondi or Cash, but whoever's not providing them with the full files available.
Yeah, no, I don't know if we're ever, to be honest, I don't know if we're ever going to get the Epstein list completely, like just the pure, unadulterated, like unfiltered list, because there's probably some names on there that would change, quite literally change the world, right? On who went to this island, who did the P. Diddy level freak-offs with other politicians, maybe globally around the world.
And we'll go more into that in a minute.
Who the hell redacted it and why? That's it. As Decoy is saying here, I completely agree. Cash is somebody I'm a big fan of. I love Cash, actually. I like his energy. Same thing with Pam Bondi. But if you said that you're going to go in there and day 1 drop the reports and drop the lists, and that's been over a week, and you've admitted to them being on your desk, why is it redacted?
But we also have to unpack
You're waiting for the UFO reports? Honestly, same.
how these influencers receive the files instead of just uploading a full PDF for the public to sift through, as yes,
Thank you.
the influencer photo shoot is a bad look, but apparently the press wasn't there for them. They were already out there waiting to snag some photos of the UK's Prime Minister Keir Starmer, and just happened to run into the recipients of the files. Still doesn't make up for the fact that the PDF wasn't directly uploaded, and what makes this pretty much a million times worse is the official Republican House Judiciary account on Twitter posts a link to the alleged Epstein files that linked to a URL shortener that shows an ad at the bottom that eventually links you to be rickrolled on YouTube.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good stuff right there.
People want answers, and more importantly,
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna tell a lie and desert you.
prosecutions, and all they received were photo shoots from some podcasters and being trolled by official government accounts. This is not what the people voted for, but I guess it's just a nice reminder that the Republicans, by and large, are garbage. Now, the one thing I do want to acknowledge is how influencers receiving this document.
This is true. Not garbage, but like with Trump's whole presidency so far, it's been at least a consistent effort on, or execution on, like promises made, promises kept. But this was definitely a promise, and this is not being kept.
Isn't all a bad thing. I believe the precedence the White House is trying to create here is no longer does the public have to rely on mainstream media outlets like Fox and CNN, as I really wish I could pull up those two clips, and let me know in the comments if you know where I can find them. But one was a CNN or MSNBC newscaster saying, only members of the media can look at these leaked documents. If you at home see them, it's breaking the law.
What? I need to see that clip.
And the other clip was someone on a network saying, it's the news media's job to decipher the truth for our viewers. That type of...
No. That's a 1984 George Orwellian type shit.
Pompous reporting as if they are the arbiters of reality, that needs to end. And making CNN and Fox rely on getting their information from accounts like Sav Says and Lives a TikTok first is actually a good thing in my book. It's just not a good look when the AG says the Epstein files will finally be released tomorrow. Then tomorrow comes around, and all we got was a photo shoot of some people holding up some binders, waiting several more hours, and finding out there's nothing inside them. This all reminds me of 2020 when Trump had yet to concede the election, and his attorneys kept saying, we're gonna unleash the kraken of lawsuits that'll change everything. Nothing came out. Then another attorney said, oh, now we have the kraken on steroids.
It basically just kind of like dragging the you know, like a carrot, like a fat kid on the treadmill, and there's like a cake in front of him, and he's trying to like get the cake, and he's like, eventually if you go there, the person's gonna get tired and they're gonna fall off, and that's exactly what this is. It's just a little thing to dangle in front of you, and you're gonna keep going, and eventually you get tired and move on and forget about it completely.
And every time they repeated the same game, it turned out to be a huge nothing burger. And now they release the Epstein Files Episode 1 or Phase 1, like there's some movie studio running out of source material, so they split the last book into several...
Nah, they're just setting it up like it's the Marvel's Avengers. Like they're setting up Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3, Endgame.
Movies, as nothing about this says transparency. It just sounds like somebody on the back end is buying time to control the story. As the AG did write a letter to the FBI director, informing Cash that she had not received all the information available, demanding by tomorrow she receives all the records, documents, audio, and video recordings. And also...
Wow. I am also directing you to conduct an immediate investigation into why my order to the FBI was not followed. You will deliver to me a comprehensive report of your findings and your proposed personal action within 14 days. Damn.
Also that he conduct an investigation into who was holding up the release of these documents, wanting a report on the findings in 14 days. As honestly, I feel like if she just went on TV and aired out all this dirty laundry, that would have been infinitely better than the media fiasco we received, as that letter isn't an answer, but at least it's transparency, and hopefully we'll finally start to see it. But the more nonsense we receive like today's, the less I believe we ever will. So if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on the
always does a great job. Always. Thumbs up. Here's the video if you guys want to go over there. Thumbs up. Give a subscribe. Great guy. Great videos. I'm assuming great guy. I never actually met him in person, but seems to be somebody I'd go out there and hang out with. I don't know what kind of outro that is, but fuck it. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, then please like the video, subscribe, and if you really like it, then share it with some of your friends. My goal here is to spread a positive message while sprinkling my 2 cents on big topics like American, Indian, and world geopolitics, and even small stuff like Twitch drama and online debacles. And if you want to see it live, come join me over on Twitch. Twitch.tv/ActuallyElrod. That's where I'm going to do all my reactions, and after the reactions, that's where we get down a game. And if you're like, hey, I have a video that I want this dude to sprinkle his 2 cents on, then come over on my Discord and let me know and join the community there. And while we're at it, I have to say thank you to everybody who has made that Discord just so poppin'. I never thought I'd have a Discord that's so flowing. It's really cool to see. Shout out to you, Bobby, Omni, Demon, all of you who have been in there who are just super active. Logie, you're the man. Logie is the one who's like modding and helping run the server. So thank you, Logie. Lastly, I challenge you. I have a challenge for you. Make somebody laugh today. We all know there's enough hate and vitriol in the world. If energy is contagious like the flu, then let's spread and get everyone contagious with our positive energy, right? Not negative energy, because there's so much of that. And if we could just be a small little change in someone's day, then you never know. Maybe that's the thing that starts shifting this world to a happier, healthier, just better place. And with all of that said and done, thank you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.